Part 1, it's all about marketing.
And learn how to hit your target.
I think you hit it. Disclaimer.
We've made one movie, so we are by no means masters in the arts of filmmaking.
But we are DIY masters. We've been doing do-it-yourself stuff for 20 years. The only way we really know how to do this is to tell you the story of how we made Wyrmwood. Out of our own back pocket, in backyards in the Sydney area. And it did pretty well. We were distributed by Studio Canal. We were #1 on iTunes for a while. We were in the top 10 on Pirate Bay for like 10 days or something. One of the things you've got to do is use the skills that you've got. Now Tristan, he is an electrician for years and years and years, so that was great. We could take that into production. I worked for 6 years at a fashion company, and I took the way that a fashion brand sells its new summer campaign, and I put that into independent filmmaking. Exactly the same way that a fashion brand sells its new summer clothes for summer 2015, whatever. So in terms of the way the imagery goes up online, in terms of the way you interact on social media with your fan base, and that's one of the reasons why it was so successful. So one of the things that we did was in 2010, we shot a 7-minute teaser scene. We had a professional photographer on set shooting just hundreds and hundreds of images over that entire time. We had friends shooting behind the scenes the entire time too. And then years later, I guess 3 years later, we released the feature based off of that teaser. But what we were able to do for the entire year after shooting that small scene was we had mountains of social media to build an online campaign with.
Anytime you're shooting content, that is an opportunity to get awesome material for your campaign. So as an example, the very first test shoot we did with our lead, Barry, it's him in his armour, with his mask on, with his little shotgun. It's literally in our backyard. No lighting setup or anything, it was just in direct sunlight. I think there was one person
We used a big mirror to do direct lighting from the sun.
Yeah, so it's not even like a...
Yeah, and the image that we shot...
That image we ended up actually using as one of the key images on our main poster for theatrical release. So every single bit of footage or still photography you get can end up getting used down the track in really amazing artwork or social media releases. A lot of the actual key things in the film we sort of sourced from doing shout outs on our Facey page. So we needed a large shed out in the middle of nowhere, and we just threw that up on our Facey page and said, hey guys, we need this kind of shed. Is there anyone out there who can help us? And yeah, a couple of people wrote back and it was perfect.
But once you start your Facebook page or your Twitter account or your Instagram account, you have to keep feeding it. Whether it's once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, you have to keep feeding interesting information. It's got to be dynamic content or you're not going to build your audience.
Give them awesome looking material and get them involved as well. Kia is super diligent with actually replying to people. I think you've got a 99% reply rate. So anyone who posts on Facey, he pretty much gets back to them as quickly as he can. And
this is a really good example of awesome social media stuff. Our logo was designed by some dude called Roma in France, who just sent it to us and said, do you like the logo? I went, yeah, thanks. So that just happened. It was fantastic, Yeah. So these are the amazing things that can happen to you when you use social media. Basically, as soon as we shot, we started putting that out to press. Empire magazine was a big champion of us. We emailed Empire and just said, here's heaps of pictures, here's the concept, here's imagery from our teaser, here's the teaser, what do you think? And he goes, this is fantastic. And they did a 3-page spread on it because the concept was right, the imagery was right, we gave him the story, we knew exactly the angle that he would need. Of course they're going to use your content, and they did. You can't just send the press shit, you've got to know what they need. And if you send them what they need in the package and the format in which they require it, they will use it. Everybody in the industry says, be tight-lipped, don't sell your product before you're ready to launch it, all that stuff, and that's fine. All I can tell you is we let the cat out of the bag to a degree with the media years before we released the film, and it worked. It worked for us, so that's all we can tell you. Somebody said that marketing is the new art form of the 21st century, and that really is a fact. If you know your marketing, if you know how to market, It doesn't really matter whether you're a plumber, a filmmaker, a fishmonger, or a ballerina, you're gonna be able to sell your product. So that's one of the most important things as a modern day filmmaker in terms of success. If you just wanna make films, that's fine, do whatever you want. But if you wanna be successful, you have to know how to market. Subscribe to Aftrs for more masterclasses and other great videos about telling your story. It's like a rap song. Subscribe to Aftrs for more masterclasses and other great videos about telling your story through screen and sound. Yeah.